Quickly talk about Trump. He's one leader I don't think has let us down badly, but the Cameron Stewart in The Australian tells me he's going to lose in a landslide. I was saying he's going to win in a landslide. I guess we're going to find out who's right and who's wrong very, very soon. James and Rita, where do we sit now with Trump and following the debates and the vice presidential debates? James, your take.
Well, look, I mean, did that piece have a Dateline 2020 or 2016 on it? Because I feel like with all of the talk that we've had about, how you hear all around the place about how badly behind Trump is, it feels like a very similar thing that's happened 4 years ago, a massive media demoralization campaign against Republicans. I'm not saying Cameron Stewart is part of that because he's not in the American media, but you do see that in the American media an awful lot. Trump down in the polls, everyone's saying he's done for, and yet there are some real wobbles coming out in the Biden campaign, not the least of which, and I think Rita's going to be talking about this in a bit, is the failure of Joe Biden to answer a simple question about whether or not he would, and Kamala Harris, would together try to expand the number of seats on the Supreme Court to turn it into essentially a permanent left-wing majority body. That is, I think, a really big failure, and it's even starting to break through in some of the mainstream corporate media. So we've got a long way to run.
Rita, quickly, your reaction to the debates, Rita. Just your thoughts on the debates.
Well, the debates, the most frustrating thing about this debate, the moderator, I think, did a much better job than Wallace, but every single question was framed from a leftist perspective. Every single question was a Democrat talking point. She asked Pence whether Trump would accept an election loss. She didn't ask that of Kamala Harris, even though we've had Hillary Clinton and others telling Joe Biden, do not accept defeat if you do indeed lose the election. And we've seen them not accept the result for 4 years now. They've done everything to say that it wasn't a legitimate victory. So that is, I think, one of the things that was really frustrating, that how every single question was from a leftist perspective. And when we're going to get a debate that is actually equal, that holds the Democrats accountable and isn't just a vehicle to attack the Trump administration.
Yeah, exactly. Now, just very briefly also, Rita, just on China and the Chinese building.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Come on, tell us. Take us through it.
Well, yeah, we found out that the Chinese company that's got a $2.3 billion contract to build Melbourne's new train fleet has got links to Uyghur labour camps. It has been a beneficiary of that, which I think is just appalling, but it's also blacklisted by the US government, this company, for security risks. And this is what the Victorian government is getting into bed with. And this week also on China, there was some fascinating research that came out from Pew showing that worldwide attitudes against China have hardened significantly. Look at the unfavourable, look at that. We've got Australia, UK, Germany, Netherlands there. Unfavourable ratings soaring and favourable in green plummeting. So that blue line is the unfavourable view of China.
Well, I can't.
You can see France, Japan, Italy, Canada. It's across the board there. It's really is quite a fascinating phenomenon and long overdue, I would argue.
Who'd have thought you release a virus onto the planet that kills people and causes all sorts of... Who'd have thought your unpopularity might go up? How long before they give that Xi Jinping bloke the flick? It's about time.